lovely people of JazzedTutorials, Team Awesome members, or whatever you want to call yourselves, but I'm calling you Team Awesome. Anyways, so I am back with a video. As you know, my last video I made, I said I was going to get my computer service at the Apple Store, which I did, but the results weren't what I was hoping for, and neither was they. So my computer got serviced, sort of, but not really. They thought they fixed it, but about a day or so later, it went back to where it was prior to being serviced, which was broken. So, yeah, I have to make a third trip up there and see what else they can do. They're just as baffled as I am with the problem, so yeah. Alright, well, my computer's being quiet right now, so I thought I'd make a video while it's not acting up and being squirrely-ish. So, yay! So this video is kind of a rendition or a similarity to a previous video that we made. When I first started out on YouTube, I made a video that was like a pop-out tutorial. This is a variation of that, but this one is more so like a pop-up book kind of a themed. We're going to have the image popping up from out of the bottom of the image rather than popping out from behind the image. So it's a similar kind of thing. I thought it was cool, I thought I would show you. So I'm using this snowman photo because it shows the tutorial pretty well, but if you have a photo you want to use, that's fine. Use your own, but effects and things I'll be doing might be different for you, so variate them to your needs. Alright, once you have your image opened, duplicate that twice, so you have 3 layers, layer 1 copy 2, and layer copy. Alright, so we're going to name these now so we know which is which. I'm naming this my flat layer because it's going to be a flat layer. It's not going to be anything spectacular. And this will be the popped out layer, so I'll name that one pop. Now I have the layers already made here, but I'm going to just redo this to show you what it's going to look like. Alright, so we're going to hide the flat and pop for now because we don't need those 2 layers just yet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a gradient fill layer. And this gradient fill layer has to be above your photo layer, but between your flat and pop, so right above that one. So there we go, yay! And this will then be like that. Now, you can pick whatever color gradient you want. Doesn't really matter as long as it's a black. As long as there's white involved. So it can be any color from gray to white or black to white, whatever you want. As long as there's white involved and it looks good to you. All right, so you want to see that. Alright, now that we have a gradient made, now we're going to make our flat layer visible, because now we're going to work on the flat part. Now, we're basically going to flatten this layer out, but in a specific way. We're going to go and grab our rectangle marquee tool, and we're going to select a rectangular portion of the bottom here. Right around there is good. And then we're going to go over here to select, and we're going to do transform selection. And now you can transform that selection you just made any way you'd like. But we're going to be using 2. We're going to be using perspective and scale for this. So we're going to start with perspective on this one. And you want to make it look as if it's going into like a very like flat-ish way. So we're going to flatten it out kind of like that. You want to make sure that it looks that this is kind of moved in a bit, but also moved out. You can maybe distort this if you wanted to, but I just think perspective really works best with this, but again, personal preference. And then you want to scale this so that it looks relatively close to that, only scaling the top and bottom portions. And you can go back and forth and, you know, adjust as needed to whatever you think would look good. I'm just going to move that a bit more outward, and go like that. Alright, something like that. Whatever makes it look like it's on the floor. Like really flatten out that layer. Then you're going to go over here to your mask button, and you're going to click that, and that's going to then mask out that lovely layer, and it supposedly is going to look flat. Now mine looks not flat, as you can tell, but with a bit of editing and a bit of time consuming in that portion, you can then get to a flat-like surface that you would want. But just to show you what I mean, that's what mine looks like. Alright, then you'll double-click on that layer, and we're going to add a stroke. We're going to add a white stroke to this, and it has to be around 10 pixel size. If you're using a very large image, of course you'll want to go bigger, but don't go any smaller because you want it to be that kind of a thickness there. So anywhere from 10 to 15 would look best, and then just click OK and you'll be good to go there. Alrighty, sweetness. Now we have to go and use our lovely popped out layer. So you're going to go over here and make your pop layer visible, which will then make that layer not visible now, obviously. And this is where it's going to be a little tricky. You're going to want to use your lovely quick selection tool, and you want to select just the subject in the photo. So for instance, mine's the snowman. I'm going to select the snowman. And then once you have your selection made, mine looks like pretty ratchet right now, but I'll show you the real way it looks in a moment. You'll make a selection around your image, and then you're going to hit on the pop layer your mask tool. Alright, I've already done all of that, and I will show you what that looks like. So this is my lovely flat layer, and this is my layer popped out. Now, sometimes when you pop out a layer, when you hit the mask layer here, your image might be more like covered on the bottom, and that's okay. You can really erase just all of that. So if your image doesn't really, if it covers over the bottom part here, just grab a soft round eraser brush and erase inward so that it blends in with the actual popped out flat layer. Alright, you got me? You feel me? Okay, now you're going to notice how mine is slightly curved. I'll explain what that's going to happen. So, yep, just kind of to finish off that layer, the pop out layer, just go and fine erase the sides of your image so that it really blends in nicely and looks cleaned up and whatnot. Once you're done with that, we're going to add a shadow layer. And this is going to be a relatively awesome layer. So to get the shadow layer, what you're going to do is you're going to hold down your control or command key depending upon what kind of a computer you're using. And you're going to command click on the thumbnail of your flat layer to make your flat portion visible. Alright, that's going to make this electrical marquee tool appear. And then with that, you're going to go ahead and holding down your command or control key, make a new layer. And with that, you're going to make a new layer and keep that selection going and go up to edit, and you're going to select fill. And you want to select black for your content and then click OK, and that's going to then fill that layer black. Alright, and it will be completely, utterly black, and that will look really nifty, but you won't see that quite yet, and I'll show you what that looks like momentarily. But now we're going to curve the layers of this whiteness. So you see how there's a flat layer here? Go back to that layer. You're going to load that, one again. Load your lovely flat layer. And then you're going to go up here to edit, and you're going to select, hold on a second. Oh, wait. Select the thumbnail of that layer. That's what I did wrong. Select that and then go to edit and then select transform. And you're going to select warp. And then you're going to just take the sides of this and you're going to move it so that your curve layer moves upward on both sides. And you can also warp the back of it if you'd like, move the backs of this to make it more up and upright. But mostly you want to work on the sides here so the sides are going up like that. And they look more so twisted and really awesome. And once you do that, then your lovely shadow layer will then appear. That black layer that we made that's way below, remember that? Yeah, that layer will then appear. Now, it's going to look really black, like not like blended in or anything. And you want to blend that in, so how are we going to do that? You're going to go to filter. And obviously I can't use filter on that layer, but you're going to go to filter here, now that's visible. And you're going to select blur. We're going to add a Gaussian blur, and I've chosen 10.1 for my size. I'm not going to redo it because that will then make it too blurry. And then once you Gaussian blurred that layer, make the shadow layer at 60% opacity, and it will look more shadowy like. If you feel like it's not too shadow-like to your liking, if you think it looks too unrealistic, you can go ahead and use the Control T and transform it and move it, scale it to suit the size of your flat layer, And once you have done that, then you can just go ahead and call it a day, because that's basically it. So I hope you liked that tutorial. I hope it was nice for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry for the lack of video making this week. There was Thanksgiving in America. There was lots of other things going on. My computer was being weird again. So I apologize. I will try to get another video up soon this week, but, you know, my computer's just really weird, so it works when it wants to. So I'm doing what I can. Sorry, guys. But, yep, hopefully you liked it, and I'll catch you guys later.